Blakney, and I am the president of a group called Concerned Clergy for Spiritual Renewal. I am a past president of the NAACP here in Tulsa. I am the preacher for the North Peoria Church of Christ here in Tulsa for the last 26 years. And I'm coming to you live because on Sunday, I suggested that I was going to share some things with young people and adults, black males in particular, as to how you get away from our police stop well, how you get home safely. And so I'm going to be doing that on this broadcast. As a father of two sons, I had the responsibility of trying to make certain that my kids got home safe. When I allowed them to use my car and bought them their vehicles, I wanted them to be able to have the ability to go different places and do things as they developed as young men. But I knew the difficulty that they would have sometimes being black males. And so as a father, when they would leave home, I would tell them, this is what you do if you have an encounter with the police. Why are you doing this? Because the most dangerous interaction that a black male will have in his own community outside of interaction with another black male is with a white police officer. It can turn deadly in just a little bit, as we have seen across our nation. I'm doing this in the wake of George Floyd, killing the Breonna Taylor, Jacob Blake, the Rashard Brooks, so many others, countless others, and the list goes on and on. So this is just a help for you as parents, a help for you as young black men and women, that if you're stopped by the police, these are some things that you need to do. When my kids left home, I told them two things in particular. If you are stopped, keep your hands in plain sight. Make sure the police can see your hands at all times. It's best to put them on the steering wheel, on the top part, so that they know that you are not reaching or making any certain moves. So make sure you keep your hands in plain sight. The second thing is, never resist arrest, because if you try to resist, you won't survive that stop. They are in complete control of that stop. They are the ones who say what goes and what doesn't go. I know you don't like that, you may be angry about that, but that's the way it is. They control that stop. You're interested in getting away from that stop alive is what I want. You're interested in getting back home safely is what parents want. So again, keep your hands in place. Don't make any sudden moves. If you make a move, tell the officer, I'm getting ready to do this, only if it's necessary. When he stops you, I told my boys, when you see him and the lights on, get your registration and get your driver's license out before they stop you so you don't have to make any moves. And then when you do that, you stand a greater chance of leaving this police stop okay. Now, if you believe you are abused during the police stop, there are many means that you can take. If you believe that the police have stopped you illegally and they're being abusive to you, there are some things you can do after the stop is over. Now, you have the right to ask for your body cam of that particular incident. He has a body cam on, you can ask for it, and you ask for that, and it's under it's their responsibility to give you that if you require it. So that will, again, let people know what happened during that stop from the body cam. And you can ask for that, and they should be able to give that to you without any problem. Then after you get the body cam, only after you get the body cam, then file a complaint against that officer. Remember that the more you put in an officer's file, the more likely he is to be terminated or is to be called in or disciplined if you have a number of things in his file. So again, make sure you get this, and it's important. Never resist arrest. You're not going to win in that situation. They're going to have more officers there in just a moment, and you may not survive that whole thing. Keep your hands clear. Have your license and your registration ready whenever they stop you and pull you over. And then I'm going to give you a couple of other things I want you to do, and then I'm going to stop today, and I'll do something else live later on. Now, try not to start cussing the officer out when you're stopped. It isn't going to help you. It isn't going to change what's going on. Cussing and fussing and raising saying isn't going to do anything different. This is what you can do. This is your right. This is your legal right. So listen to it. Number one, you don't have to say anything. Silence is your right. You don't have to answer any questions. You don't have to say anything. I can say no. Even if I'm being stopped to an officer, I can say no. That's my legal right to say no. If the police ask for permission to search you or to search your things, you can say no. No does not mean I do not wish you to search me or to search my car. Number 3, I can leave unless I'm being detained or arrested. I can leave unless I'm being detained or arrested. If I'm being detained or arrested, I have the right to know why. Why am I being detained? I have a right to know that, and so they should give that information. Number 4, if I'm being detained or arrested, I need to know why exactly that is. Number 5, if I can only be strip searched in private by officers of the same sex. Number 6, I have a right to know a police officer's name and his badge number. I have a right to know the police officer's name and his badge number. By the way, if he doesn't give it to you, dispatch had a copy of all stops. Whoever dispatched them to that, when he called in from dispatch, they know the location and they know the stop. So if he doesn't give you the information, you can get that information. And then number 7, I can report a police officer who abuses me, who swears at me, or who violates my right. There's a certain respect an officer is supposed to give, and there's a certain respect you're supposed to give to him. So when these things are done, these are your legal rights. And I want to make sure you understand them. So we'll give it to you real quickly again, and I'm going to end this one for today and do some more later on. Number 1, do not cuss, swear at the police officer. It's going to happen. And number 1, 2, is silence is my right. I don't have to say anything. Number 2, I can say no. Police officer asks for permission to search me or search my things. Saying no does not mean I have something to hide. Number 3, I can leave unless I'm being detained or arrested. Number 4, if I am being detained or arrested, I have the right to know why and the right to speak privately to a lawyer without delay. Even if I can't afford to pay, I have a right to speak to a state-appointed lawyer. Number 5, I can only be strip searched in private by officers of the same sex. Number 6, I have the right to know a police officer's name and badge number. And number 7, I can report a police officer who abuses me, swears at me, or violates my right. Try to get you home safe. I want to make sure all of us get home safe. We certainly want the officers to get home safe, but in view of what's happening in our nation, we need to be able to know what our rights are, because the likelihood is that you're going to be pulled over. Racial profiling still exists. Many of us as black males have been racially profiled. We've been pulled over for nothing more than driving a nice car in the wrong area, driving at a certain time of night in the wrong neighborhood. So racial profiling is real. If you are stopped, I want my children and your children to get home safe. Pass this information along to black males in particular, because racial profiling exists and our people are dying at the hands of officers. And so if we can save one life by this information, then it's been worth the time to go live and to let you know what your rights are. Please, please pass it along. Be safe. Look for the next escalation very soon.